Before we get started, I just wanted to say, if you like the video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and if you want more content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Now let's get on to the show.
The fuck, my guy's on a cock pussy. Damn it.
Wait, just right now.
To do what?
I have taken.
Everyone folded for some reason.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, because the game's done, right?
No.
Oh, me and Jack there.
Double trouble!
He's standing up! He's standing up!
You guys just beat this shit.
Just what you choose to do in that world is up to you.
Rockstar is a games company that I'm sure needs no introduction, with critically acclaimed titles such as GTA, Red Dead Redemption, Bully, and more. Recently, however, the corporate giant has, for some reason, decided to make only one game. And that game is escaping my memory at the moment. Sure, it's not important. Let's go back to the fantastic years of 2008 and 2010 respectively. I'll be taking a look-see at two specific examples of Rockstar prototype online modes, GTA 4's multiplayer and Red Dead Redemption 1's multiplayer. Hopefully, by the end, I'll be able to point out some remarkable similarities and glaring differences between Rockstar's multiplayer options and their infancy compared to the juggernaut it's become today.
Session. Why did my player model not change?
This is my first session.
This young man here will inevitably become an OG in the GTA roleplay server NoPixel, where he primarily plays as Sis Volker.
I have 30 grand. I can get it back.
How much did you lose?
And Barry Brittle.
Disregard that latest 1013B.
But not yet, no. Now he just started up GTA 4's online mode for the very first time.
Do it, just
Hijinks ensues. Now, if you're even passingly familiar with GTA Online in 2022, booting into GTA 4's multiplayer, you already notice a couple of things that are alien to your hustler mindset. No money to spend on houses or businesses, no repetitive mission chains, and, ooh, do you smell that? No microtransactions. That's right, no shark cards of any kind. This was in the before times. Yes, before your credit card was permanently connected to your Rockstar account.
Oh!
God damn it.
There's a guy behind you. There's a guy behind you. Look out. Look out!
Some things never changed, though. What hasn't changed in the 13 years between this online game
This is so fucking weird, dude. I can't believe all three are on. What the fuck? All over it. I don't see nobody anymore.
and this online game,
Any truth to that, but it sounds reasonable, it sounds popular, it sounds like a good idea. It sounds like it would be able to roll in our GTA Online into it, you know, if anybody didn't want to upgrade.
is something I'm sure popped into your mind the nanosecond the words Grand Theft Auto and Online left my lips. Say it with me, folks. These people make it their life goal to ruin any and all traces of fun in your multiplayer games, because fun on their watch, it's simply not prohibited. Hey, fear not though, friends. GTA 4's multiplayer is a little more fair than 5's. First, you don't have to worry about someone just outspending you. It's never any fun to hop on GTA Online to grind for some fat stacks, only to be blown up over and over again by a child flying a bike that costs $4 million almost. Oh, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that Rockstar's making it easier for griefers to ruin your experience. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. But, jumping back through time, none of these were even twinkles in Rockstar's baby blue eyes. These games, they were meant for one thing, and one thing only.
Ghost Rider 2012, I'm out of here, bitches.
Dick around in a sandbox with strangers or friends. How they did with that I will be discussing momentarily, but for now, it's a very simple, very addictive gameplay model. Everyone starts off on even footing, there's a starter pistol, and our spawn points for weapons speckled all across the mean streets of LC. There were even a handful of spawn points for special vehicles, such as an Annihilator in the airport, ambulances at hospitals, fire trucks at fireplaces, and of course, the APC. What is the APC, you ask? Well, the APC are oppressors of the past, powerful tools of mass destruction that make your fun disappear. Or At least is what I would say, if these weren't freely available for anyone who can get their hands on it. That's right, like the communists I knew they were, Rockstar took a page out of Karl Marx's book and made these vehicles 100% free. This not only makes it much easier for anyone to be the person raining destruction from the heavens like an angry, vengeful god, but it also makes it easier to turn a griefer into a griefee. You see, in GTA 5, you can just call your insurance company, Morse Mutual, and then you can get your flying car or flying bike for free if it was destroyed by somebody else. This makes it easy for your griefer to continue harassing you free of charge, and also, of course, it'll penalize you for destroying another player's property, even if they were using that property to kill you over and over again. Hey, sorry bud, that's just how Mafia works. Now, GTA 4, on the other hand, handles this like the chads they are in a much better way. Because once you blow up the helicopter or APC that's been giving you, or let's be honest, more often than not, the whole server, issues, they're forced to find a new one, and they aren't allowed to just spawn it in front of them free of charge. This is already a marked improvement on GTA 5's online component, and that is, in fact, non-negotiable. GTA 4's online mode was primarily used for fucking around. There was no story mode or mini-games or anything like that. The only thing you could really do is go around blowing stuff up. There were of course death matches and things of that variety, but at least from personal experience, I could never find a lobby. Anyway, focusing on the sandbox mode though, it was chaotic, and that wasn't a bad thing. GTA Online has and always will be about killing anyone and everyone in the server. The only difference between GTA Online now, and its in my opinion superior past self, is now there's a much larger emphasis on making money and buying luxury cars and houses, and a much smaller emphasis on good old-fashioned digging off and making your own fun with friends. This is of course shown by the daily fees you'll be charged for your various apartments and businesses. I alone am charged $27,000 for just the electric. But GTA Online was not always the grinding sim it is today. No, GTA Online in 2013 was much more in line with 4's version, but over time, Rockstar added in more grinding missions, overpriced cars, and even more ways for griefers to torment players trying to make a quick buck, making the game almost unrecognizable from how it started, and at least, for me, a change for the worse.
$1 bounty? Kevin? Kevin, just come here.
You don't want to do this.
Kevin!
James, you don't.
Okay, now that we got the big one out of the way, let's move on to the second, much shorter half of the video. Now, Red Dead Redemption 1. What can I say about this game that has not already been said? This masterpiece was the second prototype for an online mode. You can see the more modern framework in this title. Red Dead's online mode comes with several activities in the open world, including horseshoe, poker, hunting, gang hideouts, as well as several adversary modes. These modes were admittedly rather bare bones, but were still a ton of fun to play and bring some variety to the gameplay, which was one major flaw GTA 4's online mode had. Other than the few activities and the few PvP modes, there were largely no change in how the sandbox played though. All players start on an even footing, starting with a mule and a couple of guns. You can find guns and horses in the wild, and you and your friends can use the open world to make up your own stories and make your own fun. Now if we jump forward in time one last time to the release of Red Dead Redemption 2's online in 2020, we will see that there's a lot of the same issues GTA 5's online started with. For instance, there was general bugs and glitches, there were some server instability issues, and the game overall had a lack of content. The fans of Red Dead Redemption 2, including myself, were confident that Rockstar will whip the game mode into shape in no time. If not for us, for the sweet dollar bills. As it turns out, Red Dead Redemption's online gold bars don't sell as well as GTA's shark cards. So, as of this year, this game is for all intents and purposes dead in the water. Now, Red Dead Redemption took a page out of their big brother GTA's book the first time, so, for the sequel, Rockstar had no problems just copying their homework again. Now, making a carbon copy of GTA Online shark cards and all, has its issues, as you may have guessed. Red Dead Redemption doesn't exactly translate as well into their new online format as it did in the older 2010 version. Now why is that? I hear you asking through the screens. Now, calm down, I can't actually hear you. Well, it's simple enough. You see, the changes from GTA 4's online mode and GTA 5's online mode, even though worse, at least make sense. You live in the world as a criminal, so you'd be doing what criminals do. Illegal activities that make you a ton of money for you to spend on luxury living, and that sentence alone shows the problem with Red Dead Online. You can't exactly buy a luxury supercar in the 1800s. Can't buy a flying mech horse either that can shoot rockets. So what can you spend your hard-earned money / gold bars on? Well, you can buy more businesses to grind, even more money that you can't spend. Or you can do missions for strangers and freaks to get money, so you can. You see the problem, right? Red Dead Online would work infinitely better if they didn't copy and paste their GTA Online formula. Or at least, if they didn't copy and paste the new GTA formula. For you see, Red Dead Online doesn't really work as a game where your primary focus is gaining as much money as possible and spending it on luxury. Being an outlaw and living in the forest and whatnot makes that a little difficult. Like in GTA Online, it would be a little easier to see yourself driving a supercar because the year is 2020 and you can potentially buy a supercar. To be honest, it would be genuinely a better experience if Rockstar's signature microtransactions and money in general were removed from Red Dead Redemption 2 and bringing it back to how it was in 2010. Now, this won't help with the issues such as lack of content, but hopefully this is a little food for thought. Rockstar, if you're listening, and I know you're not, please fix your games.